I think from the start of the year when we were talking, we were already saying that the US dollar is likely to weaken for pretty much of 2017. And I think the reasons for the weakening dollar is largely because of the twin deficit that the US will have this year, and it's likely to actually widen considerably, given the fact that President Trump wants to actually increase infrastructure spending. He wants to overhaul the corporate tax system. Therefore, we think that that is likely to push spending up in the US, but at the same time curtail revenue coming through. So if you have a deficit actually widening, then the dollar should actually weaken. On the other hand, we also have expected tapering in the ECB. If you look at the inflation numbers in January, if you look at the growth numbers in January, they've been actually higher, stronger than expected. And therefore, we believe that the ECB will have to taper this year. You put the two reasons together, the dollar should not strengthen this year.
So Claudia Perron told us earlier on in the program that it is possible for the US to revamp the tax code without blowing a hole in the budget. You obviously don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that unless they come in with border adjustment tax. And that's likely to be very negative for the US economy on a medium to longer term basis, because if you slap a border adjustment tax in the US, that means that a lot of the exporters in Europe and Asia, their exports going into the US will be slapped with a 15 to 25% tax. And that means that inflation in the US is just going to shoot up, because if you walk into a Walmart right now, 90% of the goods in Walmart are made in either China and Mexico. So you have inflation rising up, and that basically means that the Federal Reserve will actually have to increase interest rates higher and probably faster than expected. That in turn means that it's going to be quite negative for the capital market.